we are, except I cannot hear any game sound. There we go. Okay, game sound is there. Yeah, welcome back to round 13, I believe, of this Tier 3 Season 3 league of Race Spec. Obviously, yeah, we're here at Singapore, as you guys can clearly see. Only 15 drivers tonight, with this guy, Finn Kelly, on the championship leader. However, he does actually have a qualifying ban, so he'll be starting from the back of the grid for tonight's race. We have Stone Tao, who's on the flying lap, actually violated his lap, so we're not watching him. Scotty, I think the Scotty's actually in P2 in the championship, so Haas are looking very, very strong now. Entei and Scotty. Entei, meanwhile, putting the fastest lap of a 35.6. That's the benchmark time that everyone will be chasing in this qualifying session. We can see Deputy Dordog go 37.3 on the medium tyres, with Dong at 35.9 and 13 slower than Entei. Scotty now opening the DRS on this brand new DRS zone, coming new for this year. I don't believe we had it last year. I don't think we did. So it must be new. However, he's just entering the third sector. So we'll see how he goes on. He's on the soft tyres right now. Little Scotty in the house car. And he should be there for a pretty clean lap. Obviously, this will be Haas's time to shine, really, to break up the points between themselves and the top runners, or top runner of Finn Kelly. Scotty actually going pole position provisionally with a 35.6 flat, 200s faster than Entei. So looking at the driver standings, yes, Scotty is only 15 points behind Finn Kelly, while Entei is only 21 points. So three drivers, or second or third, I should say, are within one race win of the championship league. Constructors, Haas with 303 at 67 points ahead of Williams with 240. So big gap. They've almost secured the championship already. So going back to the footage that we can see, try to find us someone who's on the flying lap. Cindy Ross. He's set a 38.2, but I don't think he'll be too happy with that. He might be going for another lap, or maybe not. I'm not too sure. We'll find someone else just to be sure. Ned Hugged My Dog, also known as the Bella Danger, so of course he couldn't use his other accounts, so he's using his alternative account, which is Ned Hugged My Dog. So I guess we'll just refer to him as Ned, because I don't want to get confused. Simple as that. Yeah, so we're on board with Ned in the AlphaTauri. His teammate Semi-Pro in P6 with a 36.5. As coming around to the start of the second sector. Oh no, he's already passed it. Never mind. My bad. Coming over the bridge. I passed the Singapore Sling, the old Singapore Sling. Yeah, coming out to our last DRS zone of the lap for the start finish straight. Gonna hug the inside wall and move across to the left, breaking at the 100 meter, purple to the second sector. According to the game, I don't think it'll be purple there. So we should not really believe that. Let me get the extra stream on myself, see if everything's under control. I believe it is. Yeah, so Ned currently around the final few corners. Double left-hander, hoping to get a fifth actually. He definitely lost a bit of time keeping a fifth. He's gone P4 though. I think he could have gone P3 if he kept it in sixth. But obviously that was just opinion of a tier 5 driver, so I don't think we want to listen to that. Anyway, Evan is not on a lap. Meanwhile, Trent Sanders is. So remember, early in the season, before I disappeared, Trent Sanders and Sidepod were championship contenders. Well, usually 1 and 2, or at least 1 and 3 in qualifying. And looks like Sanders just finished his lap. The 37.5. He's not happy with that. I doubt he is. Sorry about that. At all. So the one with Kelly's got a qualifying ban. The Spec hasn't actually gone out yet. So I wonder if he's just going for 1 or 2 runs there. He might come out in a matter of seconds, just go for that run bonus. I've seen him lost very, very slowly into the pits. That was quite odd. Ned is on his in lap, I believe. Not too sure what he's doing to let Ente through. I believe Ente will be the first to start his second final lap, so we'll just stay on him for a bit as we look upon this Singapore track in the Marina Bay. I'll just get the track map up, actually. Which would probably be a lot easier. So obviously 23 corners in this very tightly condensed straight circuit. As Ente coming across turn 22 and then turn 23, the double left-hander. Dan's going to start his second flying lap. Let's see if he can improve on his first. He's going to break at before that 50-meter board. He's going to cut the first corner and his lap's already gone. Is that Trent Sanders going to another lap? No. His side pod is starting another lap. So we're right back on with side pod. So, turn 1, Ente cut. We're coming into turn 4 now with side pod. Locking the right front there so slightly. Or cost him possibly a 10th or 2 as there's a long run down into turn 7. Into turn 6, a little kink there. He's up by 4.5 tenths. Now coming through turn 8 and now turn 9 is really tough to turn that up. He went quite wide, almost ruined his lap. We'll see in the next few corners what his second sector split would be if it's dropped or if he still retains that 4/10 gain. Obviously 4/10 will put him up to P8, possibly P7 if it's another 10th or so. It's quite close between P6 and P9, while the top 5 are quite far ahead though. He's up by 1.1 seconds though, so Sidepod is really pushing it now. Actually 1.1 seconds, put him into the 35 along with Bodhot and Ned and Donga. This is going to be top 3 for the Sidepod if he keeps this very clean. Going under the bridge. See, getting quite clean. Momentarily into 4th. As moving down to 3rd again, coming across the final 2 corners. Kevin in 6th, carrying the speed over, and it's P1 actually, 2 seconds up on his previous time with a 35 flat, 6 whole tenths faster than our P2, which is Scotty. Bodhot coming through next to set his lap time. Will be up to P1 for Bodhot now, 34.6. Wow, these times are dropping like flies. So I believe we should have, not too sure who's actually up next. It's actually on the lap. Actually the Smeg's on the lap. We'll watch the Smeg on his first flying lap. We'll see how he fares in this Marina Bay circuit. We'll see at night this race is held. So very different conditions to usual qualifying on a race day, which is usually in broad daylight, locking up slightly through, I believe that was 16 and 17. Down to the bridge of 18, 19, through turn 20 now. And 21, and looking very, very clean through there. It won't be fast, but it will be a good back lap for him. Actually, it will be quite fast. 36.3 with P7 on the board. I wonder if he knows he can improve. I reckon he knows he definitely can improve on that time. Scotty, meanwhile, is actually on the laptop as well, so by half a second. Coming into the final sector now. Who's that? Is Trent Sanders getting out of the way? Very good from him. Scotty needs to find at least a second to beat Botthod. We'll see if he can make it up in this final sector, or if he can only snag that P2 spot off side pod. Obviously, they've all got one more run left. So, let's hope. He's all clean. Let's hope someone can take Botthod off. Yeah, Scotty does actually beat side pod. So, Botthod almost 4/10 faster. Or I should say 3/10 faster than P2. It looks looking like this race is his. Judging by his previous results in this league, Botthod has had an 8, I believe. Yeah, 8 in Hungary. He didn't DNF in Belgium, and he had a P9 with the fastest lap in Italy. So it's looking up and down. Botthod, 2 wins, and an extra third place or another podium to his name. But other than that, it hasn't looked very good at all. So hopefully he's quite consistent in this track. You need to be very consistent and very focused on this circuit. As I suppose Ned, I'm not sure if he just got the P. I think he did get the P4 momentarily. Well, not momentarily, just then. Unless this is on his outlap, in which he might just be mistaken. So, with 3, it is on his outlap. Okay, so is there? He said his lap time before, and he's actually spotted. Whoa! That's really not what he would have wanted. He has to come into the pits and come straight back out. I think he should have time to do so. Although I like to fight on the lap. Big Donga's on the lap, Trincella's getting out the way. Let's see if Donga can improve on his first second time. 4, 3, goes turn 5, opening the DRS, the end of this straight. You see his first sector split. If he can improve, he's up by 2.5 tenths. So Cerntow getting at the way as well in the Williams. Cerntow not looking too good. Only P9. I thought at the start of the season he was up there fighting for the win with him. Big Dong. And they're coming up to the notorious Singapore Sling. Or was the Singapore Sling. Now just a small left-hander. Oh, that is something's falling off. Going over the bridge. And now going on to our last DRS zone. See what he can do. Is he up? He's up almost half a second here. So bringing you to a 35.4, 35.3. Only enough to win P5, unfortunately, if he keeps this up. He needs to find at least a second. As Scotty actually retires from the pit, so his qualifying is done. He's happy with P2. I don't think he actually has enough time to go out again. So in the Renault, what can Big Donga do? He's the only Renault in the field. Obviously 5 drivers who are not racing, I should say. P4, so almost in P3. He really pulled it out of the hat there. And he is actually up into P4 ahead of Ned Hugged My Dog. So, looking very nice for him. Meanwhile, I think Botthord's on the lap. He is. Just starting his lap. So, as Ned retires in the pits. I think Botthord is on a flying lap. It looks like he is. He should be. Okay. I want to see if he can improve on that 34.6. Can he get to the low 34s? That would be astounding, to say the least. Oh, never mind. He's absolutely smacked into the wall there. Fortunately for him, there's no cars behind him, but he's going to have to settle for that 34.6. So, no time for him. No time for side pod. No time, or no time for Big Donga. Entei, half a second up. Coming to the final sector. That'll put him at 35.1. He can probably get himself up to P2, P3 here. I don't think he can get that P1 off Botthord. That looks to be quite safe for now. Yeah, I think that's a McLaren ahead. It is, I think that may be side pod. It is side pod. So it almost cuts across that second to last corner. It goes P2 with the 34.8. 7 tenths faster than his previous time. So very good lap time from him. The Spec now is on his lap. And we'll look at the... Who's in that run? I think Douglas is actually going to finish his lap. So look at Will. He was about to finish his lap as well. Okay. Santal is not in the lap. Semi-Pro is out. So back to Smeg, I guess. Well, I thought I could try to find a few guys closer to finish last, but apparently not. Smeg, it's up to him, see if he can improve on his time. Oh, that is a very dangerous spot. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. We did catch on to him momentarily when he hit the wall. So there is some footage of Semi-Pro's incident, but Smeg half a second up. Almost 6 tenths up, P8 for him. And I was just wondering if that really impeded his time, because it was very close to hitting the back of Sidepod's car, or not Sidepod, Semi-Pro's car, I should say. However, that is the end of our qualifying for the Singapore Grand Prix. Whitehot takes pole position, 2 tenths ahead of Entei. Scotty P3, the two Haas looking very strong. Sidepod P4, Donga P5, Ned 6, Deputy Dildog P7, Smeg P8. Stone Tower 9th, and Semi-Pro is your top 10, with Sandals, Airband, Will, Proximity Ross, and Finn Kelly your bottom 5 for today. Obviously, Finn will start from the back of the grid, just serving as qualifying ban. Meanwhile, his teammate Will, 921, looking, I don't know, will try to get some points for the team. There probably will be a few retirements, as it's a very fast street circuit, and it's actually raining. Oh, so this spices everything up. Wet first off the race, so anyone who qualified in the mediums, on the background now, that is probably my PlayStation Sidepod. It's on its last legs, so actually can probably get a fix for something. I'll be right back. So I hope may fix some of the background noise. I'm not sure how bad it is, but yeah, hopefully it's alright. Anyways, a wet start to this race, which brings me 2017 Singapore memories. I wonder if any accident of some sort will happen, or occur I should say. Two of the same team, no, two drivers of the same team, followed by one driver by himself. Hopefully they'll get through cleanly and not tangle with each other. Though it is a wet race, so, or wet start to the race, so this will get quite spicy, I'd like to think. But I'm very excited for this. Obviously, apparently this is inter, but according to the drivers and their weather report, obviously we can't find a weather report while spectating. It's wet to dry, so probably halfway through. It's around lap 15-16 of 31. The rain should stop and should have a dry finish. As I hope none of these guys actually hit the wall or anything. No, everyone's behaving quite well. Isn't quite wet though. I wouldn't be surprised if this was wet, full wet weather. judging as Sontel almost hitting the wall there. Trent Sandals getting very close as well. Hill, Proximity Ross and Finn Kelly rounding off our grid. So, we're around the final few corners so we can start this race. Alright, here we go. Drivers are lining up on the grid in a matter of seconds. There's a few gaps between drivers. Bodhod and Ente. A little gap between Scotty, bit of gap between Sidepod. And then there's quite a big gap from, I think it's Semi-Pro down, although I think it's just closed up now as the AI have taken over. This is what Bodhod says right here. Pole position. Nothing, no car ahead for old Bodhod. However, we have the 5 red lights that are about to... Oh, here we go. For 5 red lights, Bodhod on the pole position. And away we go. Looking very slippery out there. Lots of wheel spin. I think Bodhod make it the better of Ente. They're going to go side by side now. Ente takes the lead. Enter the first con. 3 wide for P3. Sidepod's going to take P3. Bodhod having to go on the curve. Sidepod's going to take P2 now. Coming into turn 2, or turn 3 to say. And Sidepod having a regular race. Bodhod down to P4 now. It's going to fight for P3 with Big Donga. What can he do? Oh, there's a little squirm between Bodhod. And I think he's a slot behind Big Donga. Scotty now behind him. He's going to make a move. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind. Background. Looks like that is Airband and Sandals making a move with each other. That was very close there. But I think everyone's gone through quite safely. Proximity Ross down in last. Finn Kelly up a few spots in P13 now. However, Ente is leading the pack. Ahead of Sidepod, Donga, Bodhod, Scotty, Deputy Dildo, Ned, Semi-Pro and the Smeg. Oh, and Sontel, I should say, running off the top 10. I just read the top 9. But it's looking very close-knit for our first lap. Everyone's been very safe though. And Finn Kelly already up to P12, so he'll look to get quite a few points. Ente. Can Ente close the gap in the championship? Right now, he'll be in the lead by 4 points. As things stand, obviously it's only lap 1. Finn Kelly's probably going to move up the field, and Ente hopefully should stay in this lead, or in the lead I should say. And now, oh, Sidepod almost going very wide. He almost hit the wall there. So, and lap 1 is looking very tidy. So, oh gee, Sidepod and Bodhod is the wall. Does he have damage? No, he does not. So he got away with it, Bodhod. Someone has not. Oh, Big Donga has not. And he's in the wall. And he has to wait. That is heartbreaking. And he hits the ball again for good measure. So, our first incident of the day. Fortunately, no safety car for him. However, that's basically race over unless we do get a safety car for Big Donga. The only Renault in the field has unfortunately crashed out. Well, not out, but he's quite a few seconds off without a front wing. So, not looking too good. Meanwhile, Bodhod actually got ahead of Scotty for P3, so Bodhod's coming back. And come back ahead of Scotty now. And it'll look to regain the P1 spot. He has Sidepod to get through first. He's looking very, very close to Ente. Can't get stopped. He almost locked the race. He's running significantly less fuel than the rest of the field. Like I said, the yellow fuel light is already coming on, meaning he does not have any extra fuel. Oh, very close to Sidepod, almost hitting the wall there. Squirming on exit. Locking up quite a bit, Sidepod. Obviously, it'll be quite easy to lock up his swimming again. He does not like these conditions. Although I think he could be faster than Entei. He's just very sketchy, to say the least. Entei does is the fastest up the race. Starting lap 3 now. So top few cars are quite a few seconds old, around a second apart from each other. And we're down in P6, Nez holding up a big train of cars. Well, basically down to last, or P14. We move down the field. The Stone Tower and Finn Kelly have their own little battle. Finn Kelly up into P10 now. So Airband jumping down to P11. Let's make ahead of the Stone Tower. Both have not gained or lost a position so far. And it's looking like they'll be hoping to keep that. Score a few points. Oh, he's gone very wide. Very, very wide for the Stone Tower. And I think Kelly was definitely going for looking for a move there. Coming into the Singapore sling. Oh, and there goes Smeg, almost losing it. As Stone Tower almost losing it as well. They're really pushing these cars. You can definitely tell that. That's for sure. They're really trying to get the traction down on those massive tyres. So yeah, Finn Kelly. Does he have an M plate missing? I think he's got his. I think he should be alright, but I thought momentarily. So missing M plate. He does, yeah. He does have a missing M plate. So that will hinder his charge to the front, obviously, and the strainer as well. So definitely want to get past these guys. He might go for an early pit stop. Onto dries, Stone Tower going right out sideways. Almost losing the rear end there. But he's kept it alive, and the Snake having almost the same thing up ahead in the final corner. So it's looking very, very sketchy conditions. Side pod within a second. As you can see in front, the two Alpha Terriers are having a little battle. They're going to go side by side now. What are they going to do? They're going to yield. One is going to yield. Team Pro will yield the position for now. We might get a better exit coming onto the straight out of turn 5. Obviously no DRS as of yet. It is still a wet race. Stone Tower going very, very wide as well. They're going to go side by side with Finn Kelly. What's going to happen here? They're going to leave each other room? They will. And is Finn Kelly going to send it down the inside? I think he does. Although, the Stone Tower keeping it rarely outside. Wow, what a move to hold his line there. I think this will be Finn's corner now, it is. So unfortunately he's have to recede the position to Finn Kelly. Or he can make him move down the inside. No, he can't. He's going to maybe stick behind him for now, not make any risks. But this pack is looking very, very tasty indeed. Obviously still held by Ned, who is 2.5 seconds. Someone has spun, and is the Stone Tower has spun. Oh, we almost hit into Will. So, second victim of Singapore is the Stone Tower. Very unfortunate for him. Yeah, it's looking quite squirmy almost everywhere on exit. Meanwhile, up at the front, Entei having a 9/10 lead. That's for a second now, ahead of Sidepod with Bodhod sitting the fastest lap of the race. Being P3, 1.7 seconds behind the Sidepod. Scotty in P4 with 1 second behind Bodhod. Meanwhile, that is it's your front pack, and then down to P5. The only Williams in the points so far, Deputy Dildog's having a race on his own really. He's lost quite a big margin to the top 4 cars. And our little battle pack for P6 is slowly catching up to him as well. It's still looking very, very wet. You can see on Ned's perspective. We'll go down to Smeg, who is one of the more cautious drivers in this league. Definitely going to get some points here. And locks up into the sling. That should be alright. Ned closing the gap to Big Deal Dog, so it'll be even bigger train. Slowly but surely coming up now. Airbend back into the points after Stone Tower's little incident. I think Stone Tower's actually stayed out. Have he stayed out? I think he might have. Yes, he has stayed out, so he must not have gotten too much damage there. While Sabro going a bit wide to the first right left. And coming up to second, well now left right, and then coming to another right left. Going to go very wide, and say fast up the rest now with the 57 wide. Sabro going very, very slowly. Snake was definitely having a look there. Coming to the final few corners. Now here we go. Can the Snake make a move on Semi-Pro? I don't think he can on this occasion. He might just wait on a few more corners at least into the second, not DRS, so the second straight. As Semi-Pro actually going very wide again. He's struggling in these conditions. Snake making a move already, but he's got it done before the straight. Finn Kelly behind him. Is he going to make a move? Are they going to? Oh no, he's not, and he spun it. Finn Kelly has spun. Wow. That definitely looked like the inevitable was going to happen there. Too wide does not work, especially in the wet into turn 5. And this is your prime example. So, Finn Kelly back out of the points and so back into the lead of the championship once again. Deputy Dildog is slowly getting reeled in by this Ned. Smeg keeping tabs closely behind. Meanwhile, Airband has actually been very clean and kept himself out of the wall. It's up into P9 now. Neil saying Kelly got squeezed. Yeah, I think he did, but don't think those two could have gotten past each other, or any car could have gone past each other too wide without an incident of some sort. Either the guy on the inside getting squeezed, or the guy on the outside hitting the wall. But that's just my perspective on it. We have Smeg and testing another faster start, so it's definitely getting drier. Or it should be definitely getting drier. So Snake on lap 7 of the race. What can he do? Oh no, here we go. So Ned going quite wide into the turn 1, 2, 3 complex. And Snake now onto the back of him again. So Snake looking very good on this straight. But on this track in the wet. As he headed onto the straight. Couldn't get a move done though. As Ned looking to be struggling a bit. Stone Tower finally coming to the fits as Finn Kelly up into the points once again. Overtaking Trent Sandals. So Ned, he's reeling in Deputy Dildog, but Snake is reeling in Ned, and Ned is slowly succumbing to the pressure of Snake. I wonder if he can make a move sooner or later. We have only a handful of laps to go until the rain officially stops. Guy on the outside should let room. I think, yeah, you could be right. He probably should have left some room on the outside, but might be a racing incident. we'll let the stewards decide that, and we'll get back to you next week. See what they say. So Snake 3/10. Scotty into the pits already. Does Scotty have damage? We'll soon find out. He's going to the pits. If he has wing damage. How does it stop raining? It has stopped raining. I did not think that was this quick. So Scotty having an early pit stop for soft, or for mediums. I'm not too sure how long the mediums last, but that's very, very early. I didn't even see DRS being enabled or anything, so I'm not too sure if that was the right decision by Scotty to go that early onto the medium tyres. Looked like a big donger on the final corner, having some sort of little incident of his own. The Snake and Ned having their own little battle continuously. Meters won't go to the end. Yeah, I agree. They won't go. So he's definitely got to stop again, probably for softs at the end. But I'm just wondering why. Why would he? If he just got on board with him. He's definitely struggling. He's definitely struggling. Can't put the power down. He's going wide at every single corner. There is no grip, no heat in those tyres. Yeah, definitely made a mistake. Went way too early. Unfortunately for him. Bottom getting a 30-second penalty for multiple warnings. As Ned and Ned struggling again. Yeah, you throw in that position, you're right. Definitely throw away that position. So, Kelly now, 56-2, so it's definitely drying up. We'll change the position change to tyres for you guys. So yeah, Scotty and Santel both putting on the dry sets of tyres, while the rest of us still holding it out on the wets, or the mediums I should say. Now, I don't think he has the straight line speed. He hasn't got the straight line speed to make a move on Ned. Ned definitely has a lower wing setup, or it's a faster setup on the straights, as Proximity Ross and Will. Santel, I think he is on the hards. Yeah, he is, and he's actually crashed, or he's spun. So he's about to get lapped as well. So his race is a write-off, unfortunately. Yeah, Santel is on the hard. Here we go, Snake, Deputy Dildog, and Ned. The battle for fourth, with Semi-Pro, Airband, and Finn behind them, having their own little battle as well. Here we go, can Snake... You can't really sneak past anywhere, it's not really anywhere to overtake on this track. You need track position here. As Semi-Pro going very wide behind him. We got back on with them, and Airband is looking very, very close. It's brought Finn Kelly back into it as well now. So Finn, after his little spin, is back into it. Email Deputy Dildog has been taken around the outside of the Ned, and now the Snake as well. So Deputy Dildog give both the positions away. I think he's got a bit of his front wing on. He has. So, and he's into the pits already. So that is a smart thing to do by Deputy Dildog, just getting out of the way of these guys after having some wing damage. So now, Airband, Finn Kelly and the Semi-Pro have their own little fight with the Smeg and Ned. The Slaw coming to the fight for P4 now for these guys. Deputy going onto the hard sets of tyres. I believe the hards should go to the end, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm not sure how. As he comes Finn. Can he make the move done? He goes side by side now into this little hairpin. He goes very wide. Did he hit the wall? I'm not too sure if he did. I don't think he did. And he makes the position sick. Wow. Here comes airbend though. Now he's gonna receive the position. Sorry about the notification. Here we go. So Finn Kelly after P7 now. I'm not too sure how many points it is. I think it's 4. I think, or 8. 4 or 8 points. Which, if it's 8, I think someone's gone right. I think it's Sandals, so I went around. No, it's the same tower. Who has... Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's a minute and a half off the guy in front. So I'm not sure if he's just going to return the pits or anything. Because his race is not going too well. Unfortunately for him. Someone's race who is going well is the Snakes. They're making a 3-second penalty in position 8. So behind Finn. Now Finn is actually very close behind Semi-Pro. So we have 2 sets of battles. It's going to go 2 by 2. Potentially into turn 1. Here comes Finn. Takes P6 now off Semi-Pro. Now he's definitely in position to retain that championship lead. And actually Semi-Pro spins it. An exit. So he hasn't got wing damage, but he's lost a lot of time. Here comes proximity to Ross. What's going to happen here? Okay, thank God he ghosted. Otherwise that could have been very, very bad. Smek going very wide, hard on the brakes. And he's going to get hit from behind for Finn. Getting a little hurry up. But those tires will be quite hot now. Finn is really pushing to make those positions up. We still have 20 laps to go in this race. So, Ned having a little bit of a lifeline now after Snake's little mishap. Coming into turn 7. You can see Airband closing in behind as well. Can he get back into the mix as well? Sector 1 yellows. Is that Sidepod? No, I think that is Sandals. It is Sandals. He's definitely spun it. He's put on the hard tyres. So DRS has not been enabled yet. But I'm not too sure why these guys are putting on the dries already. It's just a bit too early, I think. It's just a bit too early. This is very, very close to P4 though. Starpod and Bottom both pit. So maybe I've just missed the... Actually quite dry. Maybe I just missed the call for dries. Oh, Finn Kelly, what a move! Wow! You wouldn't have expected that from Finn Kelly. I'm not too sure. I'll have to keep an eye on Let's Suspect for this lap. See if he gets the DRS. Oh, he might not even get the DRS. He might look on bot odds. Oh, side pod's almost spawned as well. We found a bot hod. They're both really sketchy here on these dry tyres. Someone's going to have an incident. Dry tyres on a wet track. Bot hod actually put it on the softs, which is very surprising. Obviously, they'll be a lot faster in these conditions, but not in the long run. He'll definitely have to pit again for either another set of softs or another set of mediums to the end of this race. But I did not see any DRS. There it is, DRS enabled. So, Sidepod and Butthard are making the right call. So did Semi-Pro. But Scotty has just lost position to Ned, who, yeah, has jumped him. Scotty's put 3 extra laps. So don't tell the tied into the pit lane. Sandals doing a little rest as well down in P13. And we'll go back up to the battle, which is Botthod and Sidepod. Botthod almost losing the rear end, so it's still very, very sketchy there. It's not completely dry. It's not bone dry just yet. This is for position 2. Ento should come in this lap. He is coming in this lap. So 24 seconds ahead of P2. As Botthod trying to make a move, trying to open a gap up. The side pod is having none of it. And I think Ente should get out fairly easily. So he's controlling the race very well. Is our harsh driver. Bottom having to open the steering before turning into the corner, almost losing the rear end. Here it comes, Ente coming out ahead of these guys, and this is battle for P2. Theoretically, Bottom should get past side pod as he has the much softer compounded tyres. But I wonder if you can try and get it done. Locking up once again. Both of them, I think that was. So the Smeg on the mediums, I'm not sure, I don't think they can do the rest of the race. I know the hards will be able to. Scotty sitting in the fast off the race now. So Scotty is actually flying with much more tyres, but he's 4 lap old mediums, and he's lost his position 4 spots. Smeg has made the biggest jump here, up in P4 for the racing points. So both the racing point cars looking very, very good here. They're going to be, I think this might be their round they've won. Ooh, side Bottom taking the corner slightly, and Sarpod looking very wide. Sarpod still squirming on exit. Bottom's going to go around the outside. What's he going to do? He's going to try for a switchback. Can he get a good exit? He does have DRS, and he is using overtake. Here we go, he's going to make a move on the inside. Side pod locking up. Bottom going very wide. I don't think he lost a bit of his strong. He did hit the wall though. But not enough to lose any bit of his end plate. The side pod did give him enough room on the inside. Bottom sensed it. Bottom did realise he had no grip at all really on that inside line. And almost ran into the wall. But just like a snap of a finger, he's back into it. Right to the back. Less than 2/10 of a second behind side pod. He has a grip advantage. Can he make use of it though? Butthole in the first half of the race, even with a little mistake, he's going to go down the inside and make the move stick finally for Butthole. Now he can go chase after Ente. So these guys are going to the end. Butthole will try and make a gap between at least side pod. So you can make another pit stop and come back ahead. Finn Kelly and Ned going side by side. Oh, what's been going on here? Something's definitely happened with Finn. And Ned's actually let him through again. So there must have been some sort of illegal overtake. But this is to let Scotty through. And he's up in P5. Scotty's up into P5. As Ned is actually in the wall. Oh no, Ned. And here comes Airband behind him. So Airband will probably try to make a move done on Ned in the next few corners or so, as you can see the grip or the downforce. Oh, what's he listening? Very, very. I'm not sure if that was classed as blocking or not, but that was could be very dangerous. So Ned's he's gonna struggle quite a lot here. Let's see what he does. Is he just gonna let him through? That might be the smarter thing to do, rather than holding both of you guys up. I think he should just let Airband through, but I don't think he will. There's Airband in the wall. So there goes his race, unfortunately. Tom saying, I think Kelly put a bell on the wall. I don't think so. I didn't actually see. I think Abella just lost it on exit. And he ran into the wall. So, yeah, the chat is answering your question there. Status Proximity Ross has actually crashed, yes. You have to wait. I'm not sure what's happened there, and that's a very, very hard spot to get out of, but he has, and he'll definitely have to change the front wing. Airband's going to come back into the pits. He just came out. He does his first lap on the hards, so very frustrating for Airband. However, both AlphaTauris in the pits, in the points. Proximity Ross into the pits as well. This provides a will to be back into the points, so good on you, Will, to get into the points again. Doing a very clean race. Now we have Finn Kelly and Scotty for P5. Bottas 1.9 seconds away from Entei, 2.6 ahead of Sidepod. And closest gap is essentially this one that we're looking at right now. So Scotty on the mediums, Finn Kelly on the hard, Scotty on old mediums, so he will definitely pit again. We still have half the race to go, which is sounding. Feels like this has gone on quite a while, to be honest. But we have at least half an hour more action as Semi-Pro and Ned are actually having a little battle. Ned really sending it, so he really doesn't want to give up his position, and he has to in the end. Pretty sure Semi-Pro does not have wing damage, unless he might. I don't think he does. So that's just from pace that the Semi-Pro had, and you can see the gap already forming. Now that's what happens when you have nameplate missing, unfortunately, for Ned. He's going to carry on though. He's going to try to go to the end of that. 1.7 between the top two. Oh, sorry about that. Just reading the comments here. I think they're having their own little conversation. So yeah, they're having their own little conversation. Meanwhile, Finn Kelly and Scotty side by side. Finn Kelly making the move done. Meanwhile, Big Dog are fast up the race. Sorry about this. So Finn Kelly up into position 5. This is definitely Seals Championship lead. And he's on pursuit, 13 seconds behind the Smeg. And apart from that, I don't think there are any other battles, which is a bit of a shame. Much more down with Bottom on the faster side. Entei just ahead of him. Let's see what we can do. He locks up slowly into turn 5. He's thinking about this qualifying. Yeah, hopefully I won't. Yeah, well, Finn actually getting the fast up the race with a 43.1, I think that was, on the hard tyres. So what a lap from Finn Kelly. That is actually very good from him. But yeah, so Bottas actually losing a bit of time. Locking up, I think those soft tyres, that's only 4 laps. They might just be a bit worn out already. Quite a long lap this. 1 minute 40, 1 minute 30 average race time. I think he might just end up in P3. He definitely could. He'll have to get past Sidepod and Botthod. Obviously the Snake and Botthod will have to pit again. Definitely Botthod. The Snake is known for preserving the size, so he might just be able to hold on to not pitting once again. So I'm not too sure if he can. So Pin could definitely have a possible P3. However, he'll have 2 charging cars at the end of the race, vying for that position 3. But nevertheless, the championship will close once again. The gap will definitely close once again. When Entei leading the race and Finn Kelly in P5. Smeg with a 42, I think that was a 42.1. So Smeg is still flying. Finn Kelly with a 41.7 now. So Finn Kelly's also flying. I think the track's getting drier and drier. The grip's coming to them now. and these guys are absolutely flying. Alright, Big Dong was a 40 on flat as well, so jeez. So yeah, Snake 4.6 behind. And I'm not sure if he can improve. Well, not improve. Closes the gap to side pod. Turns into a bit of a... Slowly turns into a bit of a boring race. But, remember Deputy Dillog? Guy who crashed out. Well, didn't he crash out? Had a little incident. It's back in P6. Or P9 I said, not P6. Fighting for P8 with Ned hugged my dog. Ned still with the broken front wing. Yeah, I'm glad you like the onboarder Snake. Probably one of the best onboards you'll ever see in this league. The way he drives the car is amazing. Quick check on penalties. Wants to, yes, of course, Alcatraz. We'll bring you right up to the next move, which you should in the next few corners at least. Hope they get through cleanly though. There we go, coming onto the start finish straight. Can he make a move done? These guys have restaurant line enabled. I think most of them would. As you know, Jimmy or Neil. These guys will. This league is, I think it's all assists or most assists on. So most of the guys will have racing line on. Shout out to Banana Cake Pie. I'm not too sure why we are. He's actually not in this league. Oh, here we go. Bit of bump and grind here for position 8 with Deputy Dillog and Ned. Ned really not wants to give up position. Really not wanting to give up position. He just saw it very, very close to blocking, I should say. He's making his one move, which is fair, but is it due to a reaction? Yeah, some of these guys are running no ABS, so you can choose. So, let's say for example, Finn Kelly might be running completely no assists, while someone else might be running full assists. It's just personal preference, really. And Ned really doesn't want us to show the penalties. Scotty into the pits for his last stop. Oh, I think this battle's gonna go for a while because Big Donner is here as well in the Renault. So if he doesn't make the moves done, or make the move stick by the end of this straight, then we will make, or if he does make the move, either way, after this straight, if it doesn't get spicy, which he actually might get spicy, here we go. Oh, they're gonna go side by side again. And he's gonna make the move stick finally. But he's gonna come back on it. He's gonna try and come back. I don't think he can get it done though. We'll see if Big Donner can do anything about this behind. And coming around, I don't think he can. Okay, as you want to. Oh, who's in the back of him? Actually, after the, I can't stop watching this. I'm sorry, Alcatraz. I don't think he's gonna make the move done anyway. No, he's not. Okay, so let's look at the penalty. Actually, we'll just look at driver by driver. So Entei, no penalties. Very angry Sidepod, 1 penalty. The Smeg, 1 penalty. Finn Kelly, no penalties. Bodhod, 1 penalty. 2 penalties. Semi-Pro, 1 penalty. I think just the 1 penalty. The Deputy Dildog won 2 penalties. Donga with 1 penalty. Scotty with a 5-second penalty. Oh, wonder what happened with Scotty. I did not say that at all. Will with 1. Ned with none. Airban with quite a few. Proximity Ross, none. While Sandals has 1, and Stone Tower has quite a few as well. So there you go, guys. People died on the bridge. So that's Aquashaz's fault. That is Aquashaz's fault. That we didn't see that. So I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. I'm not sure what happened on the bridge, but apparently people died. Apparently there was a crash. I think it might have involved this guy here. If I'm not mistaken. Soft's the hard possible. Yeah, it has been wet most of this race. So Ned in P10. He's going to get outside the point. So he definitely should have pitted when he got the when he got some sort of wind damage, because he just lost out completely in here in the end. Fortunately for him. So Finn is up into P4. Bodhod in P5. He definitely Bodhod just pits. Smeg staying out for now. I'm just trying to look at the comments as we go, because there's quite a lot of them. But this guy and the Smeg, we'll go back on board with him because he's coming up behind Sidepod as actually someone's crashed. The Renault Big Donga has crashed, and oh, that could have been. Now, was that payback? Because if Scotty did pit, but did Ned and Donga have a little incident? So I think they did. Scotty made a move Big Donga and had an incident. Okay, thanks Neil. So that's what happened there. But you saw Ned running into the back of Big Donga, but obviously he was ghosted, so either he wasn't some sort of slipstream or there was just some bad blood with those guys. Or they're just having a little fun. I'm not too sure. Just getting my invitation for my next race. Ignore that. But we're right on board Snake, who was less than a second behind the very angry Sidepod. Now I'm not too sure if Snake can get to the end of this race. Oh yeah, on these set of tyres. Just look back, I'm pretty sure Smeg has 1, Botta has I think 2, and Finn has none. So currently, I got another invitation, thanks El Donkey. Smeg, yeah, he has 1 penalty, or 1 30-second penalty. Very angry Sidepod. Getting closer, he's definitely getting closer. Scotty and Deputy Dilla are making moves as well. And Big Donga has retired in the pits. So, 13 cars remain. These guys, Deputy Dilla and Scotty having a little battle. And Ned has... Oh, he's really sent it there. Ned is not a happy camper. He is not very happy whatsoever. But he's pulling off some pretty good moves though. I'm not too sure about the first one, but he's done some, yeah, pretty good moves. That was a bit sketchy though. He's been fighting with for a few laps now, and he's just gotten ahead of him again. This is a proper race here. Snake now 1 point waste. Oh, he's losing time to stop, I should say. I would just like to see this little battle. Because Will now hasn't got much fuel left. They both have no ERS left. This is for position 9. They're in the pipes together, that's probably why then. They're in the pipes together and there's probably all in good spirit. But I just like to see how this battle goes on because this is quite entertaining. Yeah, Will can't get past for now. Maybe you can try to go on this JRS straight. Here we go. What's he gonna do? He's gonna make a move. He's gonna go side by side. They'll leave each other just enough room. And it's looking to be Will's corner. It is. Except, oh, that could have been very bad for Ned. And he's just let him through again. Okay. They're having their own little battle, it looks like, because we'll just let him back through. I wanted to go back to some to see what Smeg's been going on, because he's been doing very, very well against Sidepod. Same number of laps on their tires, and Meg is still holding up. I think Kelly closing up quite a lot though, he's only down 4 seconds. So, obviously, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't miss anything, Finn Kelly has a 3-second advantage on the Smeg for a podium place. Smeg is slowly locking up everywhere. He has 6 laps to get to the end. I'm not sure if he can do that. He can still get the podium if he gets past Sidepod. As Will and Ned exchanging positions once again. Actually, Ned into the pits. So, as Will actually gets a 30-second penalty for good measure. However, this is still the fight for potential podium between these two guys. They've known each other, I presume, for quite a while. I've seen them league racing together for quite a few years now. They both have a lot of respect for each other. Yeah, Finn is now within 3 seconds, or just around 3 seconds. While he's catching up to Finn, it's going to be very close. Very close last few laps. This is going to be a great battle to the end. Snake might just, I think he is going to stay out. I think he is. Finn is now at 2.9. Spotto's 3.3. And within 5 laps time, one of these guys will have a podium. Or 2 of these guys will have a podium, because Sidepod's in it as well. So it's actually a 4-way fight between Sidepod, Smeg, Finn Kelly and Bottot. Smeg might just stay out. I think he's just going to stay out now. I don't think he'll come into the pits. And I think that's his Sidepod's teammate is getting him DRS. Unless he's a bit too far ahead, he is. Over Scotty and Sam having their own little battle as well. So go back to the Smeg battle in just a second. Semi-Pro and Scotty. I think Semi-Pro, yeah, just losing out to Scotty. Scotty having much younger tyres. Sector 1 yellows for someone. It might be Airborne or Airborne, I'm still not sure how to pronounce that name. It's been the whole season. However, Smeg's on the DRS, so if you just stay on the DRS, stay in this battle there or thereabouts, there is always a chance of some sort of collision happening between someone, and he can pick up the pieces. Finn Kelly 1.6, so Finn probably would get ahead of the Spec. Spec going wide as well. He's locking up at every corner. I wonder what percentage his tires are on. There goes Trent Sandals to a little incident, and he's just letting everyone go. So on lap 27 to 31, Entei holding an 8-second lead over Very Angry Sidepod. Just make in P3, 1.1 seconds behind. Finn Kelly only a second behind now. Botthod in P5, 2.3 seconds behind. That is your top 5 for this race. Now in P6, Scotty 30 seconds behind Botthod. So he is in his own little battle. Semi-Pro, I should say, in P7. Deputy Dildog in P8, Will in P9, Proximity Russ rounding off your top 10 in the Alfa Romeo. But this main battle between these guys here, you can see they'll all be in the same frame in just a second. These top 3 guys, second, third and fourth. You can just hear Botthod just behind him, Ned getting the fast up first, Botthod getting another 3-second penalty, so he might just be out of this just from penalties, unfortunately for him. This could be a 3-way fight. You can see Botthod right behind him. Botthad's really catching up though. Here comes Finn. Finn has a lot more pace. A lot more pace than these guys. Well, especially this Smeg. Open DRS is going to have his overtaking about this Smeg. Basically a sitting duck, thinking he was sidebar, so Smeg should just let him pass. And there he goes. P3 for Finn Kelly. P4 for the Smeg. So Finn, he can make a move on Very Angry Sidepod now. Because he is very close once again. And here comes Botthod as well. So Botthod and Finn Kelly can steal the show. Steal these two final podium places off Sidepod and Smeg. Botthod has much fresher tyres. Don't think he'll catch Finn in time. He might just catch Sidepod though. Both running 2x2 right now. Oh, you see Smeg behind him having a massive tank slapper. Coming out of the second to last corner. Botthod going a little bit wide. Here comes Finn having a slight look. Here comes Botthod though. And I think Team Order just let this Botthod through. It's very respectful from the Smeg. So now it's on. Now it is on. I've got another notification. Okay, thanks man. That's great. We've got a part. Okay. So obviously that next race is starting, so I'm getting all the invitations. So sorry about that. However, Finn Kelly did actually make a move on the Very Angry Sidepod. So there's position 2 for Finn. So Entei will only have 7 points taken out of Finn's championship lead. I believe it was 21 coming into this race. So it'd be about 14 coming into, I believe, what is the next race? Someone who can let me know what next race is. Deputy Dildog and Sam having their own little battle. Meanwhile, here comes Botthod. P3. He's going to take it off him. Smeg sides fall off the cliff, unfortunately. Japan, thanks, Racer. So, next week we have the Japanese Grand Prix. Yeah. In Tier 3 in Race Spec, Botthod can definitely get P2. 2 laps remaining. We have another These notifications are killing me. I'm sorry, guys. But Botthard makes a very good move. Wow, we're on the outside. Oh, very angry side pod. And he's in P3 currently. So now someone's saying Japan, someone's saying Russia. I'm not sure who's right and who's wrong. However, the battle for P3 is still going on. It is still going on. Oh, Sidepod just hit the back of Botthard. No damage, thankfully for Sidepod. But 2.2 seconds. I think the gap is too large for Finn Kelly, or for Botthard to catch Finn Kelly. It is Russia. Okay, so it's the Russian Grand Prix next. So we definitely will have to keep an eye on corner cuts, penalties for that race next week. As yeah, Botthard hasn't got enough time. He just hasn't got enough time. Now, I'm just going to quickly check Botthard's penalties relative to Finn's, and Botthard has 3, so there's 9 seconds worth. Finn Kelly has 0 seconds. Sidepod has 3 seconds, and the Smeg has 3 seconds worth of penalties. So, do the math. Smeg will be P4, while Sidepod will take P3 back, unless Botthard can get 6 second buffer. So we have the final lap of the race. I think Sidepod will take Botthard on penalties. But we have to applaud this man here, Entei. We haven't shown much of him in this race. Not much at all. He's got his own little race with the amazing buffer. Did not put a foot wrong. And he is challenging for the win, for the championship title. We are round 13, and I believe it must be, I think it's 19 or 18 races. I'm not too sure how many races in total we actually have, because we have gotten rid of some tracks. However, we're entering the back end of this championship, definitely. Last 5 or 6. And Entei is really putting on a charge for the title. 14 points we'll have coming into the Russian Grand Prix next week. That's a dominant race, you're right. Absolutely dominated the field. And he will take the Singapore Grand Prix. Entei wins. Finn Kelly coming home in P2 with Botthard P3, but Sidepod will take P3 from Botthard. Smeg, can he take P4? I don't think he can. Smeg will come in P5. Scotty with a big gap from the top 5. Wow, you can just see the levels that those guys were driving at. Have a 30-second buffer. And if only Scotty did not pit on those mediums that early. He didn't have wing damage as well. So it's a shame. It's definitely a shame he pit very early. He could have been in that battle for a podium. However, Scotty comes home in P6. Meanwhile, Deputy Dudog, another 17 seconds behind Scotty. Come home. Position 7. As Deputy Dudog comes home P8. Semi Pro P9. And Will take P10. Is that his first points? Let me just check the standings. As Ned will come in P11. Well, he would have. No points either way. However, that is... No, he's already scored 4 points. So, another point for Will. in this pursuit for points finishes. However, we can see the harsh driver of Ente taking the win once again. Kelly P2, Sidepod P3, Bodhod 4th, and Smeg P5. That was a great finish to a pretty good race, I must say. Kelly driver of the day, yeah, definitely. P15 to P2, in 13 positions. Smeg P5, Scotty 6, Deputy Dillog 7th, Proximity Ross P8 from P14, Semi-Pro P9, and Will P10. That is your top 10. That is your points finishes. With Ned, Airband, Sandals out of the points, and Donga and Stone Tower both retiring in the pit lane. So, no, I don't think there was a safety car that whole race. So that must have been very grueling for the drivers. However, we have 1 minute till my race starts. So, I will conclude the race there, or conclude the stream there I should say. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you Neil in the comments for being my little co-commentator in the comment section. Thanks to everyone else for watching though. Congratulations to Ente, Finn and Sidepod on your top 3. And you guys can watch Tier 1, Tier 3, Tier 2, Tier 4 and Tier 5. Oh, they should start just about now if they have allocated commentators and streamers. Did not want this. Anyway, thank you everyone and good night.